We shouldn't fold for it out. I'm just questioning our tactics. That's what I'm trying to question. Like, what tactic is the right? And I personally think every person is a different tactic. Like, I personally like a Candace Owens. I think she needs to be secluded. Like, the more you seclude her, the more you don't fight her. You just seclude her. You just close her in a Pandora's box. That's that because there's no coherent discussion with her. She has this delusional way of thinking, delusional way of connecting dots of these public information she finds on the internet.
But you think Nick is a different beast than you would?
I think Nick has an intellect.
You think he's got a Yiddish cup?
I think so, yeah. I think he has a little bit, yes.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Like a real apikores kind of thing.
Yeah, mamash. No, bemet. Yeah, bemet. Like an api. Who's the guy that always goes in Piers Morgan? He denies the Holocaust. That historian. What's his name again? Tall guy, Israeli guy. His parents were Holocaust survivors.
Norman Finkelstein?
Yeah, Norman Finkelstein. Right. Yeah. The only thing I hate about him is he talks very slow.
He does talk very slowly. And that's how he's going to conduct this conversation. Rabbi Beni wants to talk to Nick Fuentes and have him for Shalashidis. Well, he should. But don't invite me because I don't mingle with Zionists. Yeah, I know.
That was a good one, by the way. As if he was here. As if he was here. So he's a crazy. I think he's a kook. I think he's like a Candace Owens. Mamash, I think he's a Candace Owens. I think he takes history and he plays it in one small, narrow sequence of reality, right? Like history is supposed to be perspectives, many perspectives. He's literally taking that one minimal perspective and making it, we say in Hebrew, the ikar perspective, the prime main perspective. Yeah. And I think that's his failure. Right, he messes up on that, and then he misrepresents the whole Jewish community. Like everybody thinks, oh, look at this guy, he knows what he's doing. He knows. Look, even the Jews say, even their own people say. You know what I mean? Like, sure. You know, that's the problem.
You see Fuentes in an interesting, like a lost yeshiva bacher kind of way.
Because you see how he's flip flopping ideas constantly. Even in the in a few points, like when he goes against Candace or when he goes against other things. Like think about it. Like you see, there's not a. We say in Hebrew yatziv, there's no real balance of thought, right? Like if a person can change his mind constantly because he's getting new information, I think he doesn't have full coherent information. I don't think he has holistic information.
We can button this up by simply saying that in the engagement with Nick Fuentes, what I've seen more often than not is people coming to the conclusion that his ideas aren't so bad, rather than Nick coming to the conclusion that the person he's talking to's ideas aren't so bad. That's what ends up happening. A sanitation of Nick Fuentes rather than an uplifting of him to see the light. He's getting other people to see that he's not that dark, which is a manipulation. So that's all else. That's what's happening on the public stage right now.
Chazak Baruch. I always tell people it's about perception, not about reality.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
That's what you're saying is perception wise. What's really happening?
That's what's happening.
We don't really.
And
know
Nick isn't saying, oh, I've never thought about it in that way with the Jews. Rather, the person saying, I've never thought about it the way you're presenting it. But that I agree with. It's a lot more agreement with Nick Fuentes rather than Nick Fuentes' agreement with whoever's trying to, quote, talk sense into him or figure out what's going on. Or him simply lying about everything he's ever said up until the point where now he's on the big stage and says, I'm not anti-Semitic at all. Literally. When for years he's talking about Jew boy, the occult of powerful Jews that need to be executed. Give me a break.